Good morning, it's Mwadi. How are you? I hope you had a great weekend. I most certainly did. And I hope you're really excited about whatever you have going on in your life this week, because I most certainly am. This Wednesday, I get to take a really quick day trip to Boston, so I'm excited about that. And I get to, this weekend, see one of my favorite young people perform in a college production. So it's going to be a fun week. I'm excited. It's going to be a lot of work. It's going to be pretty busy, but that's the way I like it. This morning I want to talk about what it means to be a dependable and reliable person to yourself. It occurred to me several years ago, I read a book called The Four Agreements. And in this book, the author talks about four different agreements that we can make with ourselves to live a better life and just to have more joy and abundance and peace. And those are my themes, right? And one of those agreements is to be impeccable with your word. And when I first read the book, it was clear to me, the author was very, very clear, that he was talking about being impeccable with your word when speaking to other people, not lying, being truthful, and being dependable. But then, I think it was maybe last year, I had a little aha moment, a little epiphany, where it occurred to me that if we're really going to bring about change in our life and really get to that space where we're living life and being happy, the first person who needs to be the recipient of that truth telling, and the first person who should be the recipient rather of your dependability is you. Are you dependable? Are you a dependable person to yourself? It's easier for us. I know it's easier for me to be there for other people. If I say that I'm going to do something, I keep my word. When people ask me for a favor, or whether it's to babysit or to help them proofread a paper, whatever it is, whatever that task is, I am there. And if I say I'm going to do it, I do it. But I also discovered that there was a time when I was not quite so dependable with myself. I would maybe make a promise to myself, today is going to be the day that I start journaling, or today is going to be the day that I start to eat more vegetables or drink more water, whatever it was, stop cussing. I used to be really bad. Anyway, and I would find that I would do a lot of starts and a lot of stops. I would maybe start that new habit, start that new behavior, and then somewhere along the way just lose steam, or not even start at all. Oh, tomorrow, I'll do it tomorrow, I'll do it tomorrow, I'll do it tomorrow, right? And so on and so forth. And I find that what happens is when you do that, when you continuously tell yourself you're going to do something, or you set a goal for yourself and you don't even try to get it done, or you don't even try to make any forward momentum towards that, you are reinforcing a message to yourself that you are not reliable, that you are not somebody who keeps their word, that you are not dependable, and that you're not worth the effort. And when you reinforce those messages to yourself, it is a little wonder that your life starts to reflect that your relationships start to reflect that. And remember, I'm not just talking about your personal relationships. I'm talking about the jobs that you attract, the friends that you attract, the people that you attract in the general scheme of life. If you can't count on yourself to keep your word to yourself, how can you have the expectation that anybody else is going to be able to do that for you or be there for you in that same way? And when you're not somebody who's reliable to yourself, and when you reinforce that message to yourself that you're not worth it, then anything that you do, any relationship that you have outside of yourself, even when you're doing good deeds for others, somehow within there is going to reflect that feeling of not being good enough. So maybe you go overboard trying to help other people to try to compensate for the fact that you're not there for yourself. Maybe you go overboard trying to be in everybody else's business and trying to take care of everybody else's problems, because maybe you'll get so busy that you won't have the time to stop and think and look and reflect at the ways you've not been there for yourself. The first person who must be the beneficiary, the recipient of your good grace, of your good word, and your good deeds must be yourself. Because it's only by fortifying, it's only by strengthening who you are at your core. It's only by really standing in the knowledge that you're worth it, that you're valuable. It's only there from that point that you're able to really be of good, pure, and sincere service to others. It's only from that place of knowing that all of your needs are met and that you are there for yourself no matter what. It's only from that point that you can have the freedom not to be desperate to try to find that man, or try to find that friend, or to try to find that job, or that piece of food, or that piece of clothing, trying to find outside, elsewhere, people and things that are going to give you that sense of comfort, that sense of peace, that sense of joy, that sense of value. When you are filled up with that knowledge and awareness that you are enough, that you're good enough, and that you will be there to take care of yourself, it gives you the mental strength to say bye-bye to the knuckleheads. Bye-bye to the fools. Bye-bye to the bad situations that would come in and steal your attention, and steal your thunder, and steal your peace, and steal your joy. This I know firsthand. Be someone that you can count on, and you will attract those into your life who will do the same for you. And you will push out, just by virtue of who you are, those people who would not be there for you. But it has to start with self. We have to reinforce the belief. We have to reinforce this knowledge that we can depend on ourselves to be there for ourselves. So stop telling yourself lies. Stop lying to yourself. Stop making commitments to yourself that you don't keep. Stop making promises to yourself that you don't keep, because you're reinforcing that belief that you're not worth it. And you, my friend, most certainly are worth it. So today, just for today, make one promise to yourself. Maybe you promise that you're going to get up a little earlier. Maybe you make a promise you might go to bed a little earlier. Maybe today you're not going to have that Dunkin' Donuts for breakfast. Whatever it is, make a small promise to yourself and keep it. Develop the practice of being truthful, of being impeccable with your word to yourself. And I promise you, once again, it clears a path. It creates a space. Your behavior, your energy is going to shift, and watch the people in your life start to shift as well, okay? So just for today, that's all I'm asking you. Be truthful with yourself. You're worth it. You're worth it. You're good enough. You are strong enough. You are important enough. You are worth it. Be truthful and keep your word to yourself first and foremost, and others will either follow or they'll get out of your way. But either way, you'll have that clearer path in your life, a clearer vision, a clearing of your environment, right? We talked about environmental scan. Clean up your life first and foremost. The first step is to be truthful with yourself. You can depend on you. I'm dependent on you to do this work, right? Have a great, great week. Remember that you're here for a divine purpose. Nobody can steal your joy. Nobody can steal your peace. And nobody can steal your purpose. All right? Have a great one, and I will see you soon. Bye-bye.